Yield to our mercy, proud Plantagenet.
Aye, to such mercy as his ruthless arm, with downright payment showed unto my father.
Why come you not? What, multitudes and fear?
So cowards fly when they can fight no further. So desperate thieves, hopeless of their lives, breathe out invectives against the officers.
O Clifford, but bethink thee once again, and in thy thought o'errun my former time, and if thou canst for blushing, view this face, and bite thy tongue that slanders him with cowardice, whose frown hath made thee faint and fly ere this.
I will not bandy with thee word for word, but buckle with thee blows, twice 2 for 1.
Hold, valiant Clifford, for 1,000 causes I would prolong a while the traitor's life. Wrath makes him deaf. Speak thou, Northumberland.
Hold, Clifford? What valor were it when a cur doth grin, want to thrust his hand between his teeth when he might spurn him with his foot away? It is war's prize to take all vantages, and 10 to 1 is no impeach of valor. What would your grace have done unto him now?
Brave warriors, Clifford and Northumberland, come, make him stand upon this molehill here. What? Was it you that would be England's king? Where are your mess of sons to back you now? Or, with the rest, where is your darling Rutland? Look, York, I stained this napkin with the blood that valiant Clifford, with his rapier's point, made issue from the bosom of the boy. And if thine eyes can water for his death, I give thee this to dry thy cheeks withal. Alas, poor York! But that I hate thee deadly, I should lament thy miserable state. I prithee, grieve to make me merry, York. Why art thou patient, man? Thou shouldst be mad, and I, to make thee mad, do mock thee thus. York cannot speak unless he wear a crown for York, and lords, bow low to him. Hold you his hands while I do set it on. Aye, marry sir, now looks he like a king. But how is it that the great Plantagenet is crowned so soon and broke his solemn oath? As I bethink me, you should not be king till our King Henry had shook hands with death. Off with the crown, and with the crown his head, and while we breathe, take time to do him dead.
That's my office, for my father's sake.
Nay, stay. Let's hear the orisons he makes.
She-wolf of France, but worse than wolves of France, whose tongue more poisons than the adder's tooth, how ill-beseeming is it in thy sex to triumph like an Amazonian trull upon their woes whom fortune captivates. His beauty that doth oft make women proud, but God he knows thy share thereof is small. 'Tis virtue that makes them most admired, the contrary makes thee wondered at. 'Tis government that makes them seem divine, the want thereof makes thee abominable. O tiger's heart wrapped in a woman's hide, how couldst thou drain the lifeblood of the child, to bid the father wipe his eyes withal, and yet be seen to bear a woman's face? Women are soft, mild, pitiful, and flexible. Thou, stern, flinty, obdurate, rough, remorseless. Bidst thou me rage? Well, now thou hast thy wish. Bidst have me weep? Well, now thou hast thy will. These tears are my sweet Rutland's obsequies, and every drop cries vengeance for his death.
Beshrew me, but his passion moves me so that I can hardly check my eyes from tears.
See now, queen, a hapless father's tears. Keep thou the napkin, and go boast of this, and if thou tell'st the heavy story right, upon my soul the hearers will shed tears. Yea, even my foes will shed fast-falling tears, and say, alas, it was a piteous deed. There, take the crown, and with it my curse. And if in thy need such comfort come to thee, I reap at thy too cruel hand.
Had he been slaughterman to all my kin, I should not for my life but weep with him to see how inly sorrow grips his soul.
What? Weeping right, my lord Northumberland? Think but upon the wrong he did us all, and that will quickly dry thy melting tears.
Here's for my oath, and here's for my father's death.
And here's to right our gentle-hearted king.
Open thy gates of mercy, gracious God! My soul flies to these wounds to seek out thee!
Off with his head, and set it on York gates, so York may overlook the town of York.
You know your own degrees. Sit down, at first and last. The hearty welcome.
Thanks to your majesty.
Ourself will mingle with society and play the humble host. Our hostess keeps her state, but we will in best time acquire her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir. To all our friends, whom my heart speaks, they are welcome.
See, they encounter thee with their hearts' thanks. Both sides are even. Here, I'll sit in the midst. Be large in mirth. Anon we'll drink and measure the table round. There's blood on thy face.
'Tis Banquo's then.
'Tis better thee without than he within. Is he dispatched?
My lord, his throat is cut.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats. Yet he's good that did the like for Fleance. If thou didst it, thou art the nonpareil.
Most royal, sir. Fleance escaped.
Bingo was my fit again. I had else been perfect, as pounded as the rock, as whole as the marble, but now I'm cabined, cribbed, confined, bound to saucy doubts and fears. Banquo's safe.
Aye, my good lord. Dead in a ditch he bides, with 20 trenched gashes on his head. The least a death to nature.
There the grown serpent lies. The worm that has fled hath nature that in time will venom breed, but no teeth for the present. Get thee gone. Tomorrow we'll hear ourselves again.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer.
Sweet remembrance, sir. Now, digestion, weight on appetite, and health to all.
May it please your highness sit.
Here had we now our country's honor roofed, were the graced person of our Banquo present, whom I may rather challenge for unkindness than pity for mischance.
His absence, sir, lay blame upon his promise. Please, it is your highness to grace us with your royal company.
The table's full.
Here, my good lord.
Where?
What is that most your highness?
Which of you have done this?
What, my good lord?
Thou canst not say I did it! Never! Shake thy gory locks at me!
Gentlemen, rise! His highness is not well.
Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. I pray you keep seat. The fit is momentary. Upon a thought he will again be well. If much you note him, you shall offend him and extend his passion. Feed and regard him not. Are you a man?
Aye, and a bold one too that dared look on this which might appall the devil!
Oh, proper stuff! This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. Shame itself. Why do you make such faces? When all is done, you look but on a stool.
Prithee, see there! Behold! Look! Lo! How say you? Why, what care I? If thou canst not, speak too! If charnel houses and our graves must send those we bury back, our monuments shall be the maws of kites!
What? Quite a man in folly.
If I stood here, I saw him.
By for shame.
Times have been that if the brains were out, the man would die. there be an end. But now they rise again with 20 mortal murders upon their crown and push us from our stools.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
And to forget, do not use of me, most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity which is nothing to those that know me. Come, love and health to all. Then I'll sit. Give me wine. Feel full. I drink to the general joy of the whole table, and to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss would he were here. To all, and him, we thirst, and all to all.
Our duties and the pledge.
Avaunt, and quit my sight, let the earth hide thee. Thy bones are arrowless, thy blood is cold. Thou hast no speculation in those eyes which thou dost glare with.
This good peers, as a thing of custom, 'tis no other, only its lawyer's pleasure of time.
What man dare I dare? Approach thou like the rugged Russian pear, the armed rhinoceros, the Hyrcan tiger. Take any shape but that, and my firm nerves shall never tremble. Or be alive again, and dare me to the desert with thy sword. If trembling I inhabit, then protest me the baby of a girl. Hence, horrible shadow, unreal mockery, hence! Why so? Being gone, I'm man again. Pray thee, sit still.
You have displaced the mirth, broke the good meeting with most admired disorder.
You make me strange, even to the disposition that I held. When I think you could behold such sights and still keep the natural ruby of your cheeks, while mine are blanched with fear.
What sight, my lord?
The
I pray you, speak not. He grows worse and worse. Question enrages him. At once, good night. Stand not upon the order we're going, but to go at once.
Good night, and better hell attend his majesty.
Kind good night to all.
It will have blood. They say blood will have blood.
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Come. Go to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is initiate fear wanting hard use. We are yet but young indeed.
Thrice the brinded cat hath mewed.
Thrice and once the hedge pig whined.
Harpier cries, 'tis time, 'tis time.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poison entrails throw. Toad that under cold stone days and nights has 31 sweltered venom sleeping got. Boil thou first in the charmed pot. Double, double toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Fillet of a fenny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog, adder's fork and blindworm sting, lizard's leg and owlet's wing. For a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth, boil and bubble.
Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, maw, and gulf of the ravened sea salt shark, root of hemlock digged in the dark. finger of birth strangled babe, ditch delivered by a drab. Make the gruel thick, slab. Add thereto a tiger's chaudron, for the ingredients of our cauldron.
Cool it with a baboon's blood, then the charm is firm and good.
By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes.
Open locks whoever knocks.